$1 million mindset to experience. That's why we talk about BDM. BDM is $1 billion mindset. If I don't have the mindset, how do I expect to get the thing? You don't have the mentality of the rich man. That's why you don't have it. That's the number one indicator right there. That's the number one indicator why you're not rich, because your mentality is not rich, because you think rich is something outside of you. Rich doesn't come from the outside in, it comes from the inside out. Turn the awareness up. Turn the awareness up. You want external trappings of rich. Why not make yourself rich mentally first? Because you'll never experience it in your physical if you can't experience it in your mental. Your mental is always a reflection of your physical. So when you're looking at when you're looking at that person that's driving the Rolls Royce, let's just say you at a stoplight somewhere, someone pulls up next to you in a Rolls Royce. It's because they have a Rolls Royce mindset. The Rolls Royce didn't just fall into their lap. They have a Rolls Royce mindset. That's why they're driving the Rolls Royce. They have a mansion mindset. That's why they live in the mansion. They have a $1 billion mindset. That's why they have the $1 billion. You don't get the $1 billion without the $1 billion mindset, which means that you have to build your mind first. You're not willing to build your mind. That's your problem. You don't want to build your mind. You just want someone to hand you the life. But when they hand you the life, you're going to lose the life. Why am I going to lose the life, coach? Because your mentality doesn't match the life. That's why people who win the lottery always end up losing their money, because you won $300 million, but you don't have a $300 million mindset. You have a $300 mindset. So you will end up losing all of the money. You've got to understand your financial thermostat. If you don't understand your financial thermostat, we got two problems already. We already got two problems. You have a financial thermostat. Your financial thermostat is what determines what you will ultimately experience, because your personality is what creates your personal reality. Come on, let's turn the awareness up. Turn the awareness up. I said your personality is what creates your personal reality. What's my personality? Your personality is comprised of three things. It's comprised of your behaviors, it's comprised of your thoughts, and it's comprised of your actions. The combination of those three things is what's building your life in this moment. I don't give a damn how many books you read. I don't care how many mentors you speak to. I don't care how many motivational seminars you go to, which means the only person that can change your personality, that's creating your personal reality, is you. And you're trying to change it from an external perspective. You're trying to change the image in the mirror. No, damn the image in the mirror. Change the mentality of what's being reflected back to you, and then everything in your external world changes. I wonder who caught that. That part right there. Ellie, come on, Ellie, tell him, mama. You got to let him know. Come on, we're just putting gas in the space shuttle right now. That's it. Just putting some gas in the space shuttle right now. That's it. That's it. That's it. No big deal. No big deal. Nothing's a big deal. I'm telling you guys, your personality is what creates your personal reality. Because your personality is the combination of your behaviors, your actions, and the thoughts that you choose to entertain. The combination of those three things that's what your personality is predicated on. We all have one. That's why we all experience different levels of life, because we all have a different personality. See, you've been programmed and conditioned to think that your personality is just your likes and dislikes and all of those other things like that. You know, how you show up to the party. And I don't have nothing to do with that. That's the mask that you wear. You're confusing the mask that you wear with your personality. Your personality is what's really creating and building your life, not the mask that you wear. Not the mask that you wear, not the mask that you wear. All right, let's go. Let's get it. 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 Baddest thing walking is you. And the day that you believe that, the day that you truly come to understand that, again, life is a single player game, man. Stop playing it at a multiplayer level. Life is a single player game. Stop playing it at a multiplayer level, because you will never win it that way. You can't win life at the game of life, when you're competing against someone else, how do you win that game? How do you win that game? Let me say this real quick. There are 6 things that you need to let go of immediately, because these 6 things are what's blocking you from becoming the greatest version of yourself. Number 1, your attachment to the past. Man, you got to let that go, because your past only exists in your mind. All of your power is in the present moment. You don't have any power in yesterday. You have no power focusing on tomorrow. All of your power lives in this moment, because my today is what's building my tomorrow. My yesterday is gone. So for every second that I waste focusing on what happened in all of my yesterdays, that's 1 minute of success that I can't experience in the present moment. That's 1 minute of building that I can't entertain in the present moment. The past is already gone. Do not allow your yesterday to rob you of your today. I don't give a damn about yesterday, because yesterday doesn't give a damn about me. You have to focus on today. Who are you becoming today? That's the number 1 question that you should ask yourself before your feet hit the floor, before you start reaching for the phone and checking to see what people are saying about you on social media. No, who are you becoming today? That's the most important question in the world. Not who were you yesterday. Who are you becoming today? Not who are you becoming tomorrow. Who are you becoming in your right now? And if you don't know the answer to that question, you got 2 problems. If you don't know what your life is headed right now, you've got 2 problems. If you still haven't figured out who you are, you've got 2 problems. That means that how can you hit a target and you don't have one? How you going to hit the target that you don't have? How are you going to reach the goal that you haven't set? Just tell me, help me do the math. Maybe you know something that I don't know. I've been doing this for 2 decades, but maybe you figured out a new formula. How do you hit a target and you don't even have one? So number 1, your attachment to the past. The past only exists in your mind. See, what you got to understand is that you've been programmed and conditioned to believe that the past is behind you and that the future is in front of you, but nothing could be further from the truth. The past, present, and future all exist right now. See, nobody's ever told you that. I said the past, present, and future all exist in this moment. The present is what you're experiencing right now. The past was a previous experience that you've had, and the future is an experience that you have yet to have. But watch this. You're always standing in the middle of them both. Meaning, your past was 5 seconds ago. Your future is 5 seconds from now. So what am I doing? Watch, I need you to catch this. I need you to catch this. So I'm in the present moment. Coach, I don't give a damn about yesterday. Again, yesterday doesn't give a damn about me. I don't care about yesterday. So what am I doing, Coach? I'm building in the present moment. But then let me show you what's happening. As you're building in the present moment, I'm adding to my past. And as I'm building in the present moment, I'm adding to my future. I'm always adding to both. That's why I said the future, the past, present, and future both exist right now. So whatever it is, whatever moves you're making right now, it's creating your past, but it's also creating your future. The $1 billion question is, what are you building? Or only you focus on what was? See, most people are only focused on what was, not on what is. The present moment represents what is. The past represents what was. We don't have time for what was. Because what was will stop. What will be? What was will block you from experiencing what will be. It will block you from experiencing what is to come because you're too busy focusing on the wrong thing. What's up, Kale? So good to see you, Mama. That part right there, how you got to let them know how you got to live in the now. We don't have time for yesterday. You have to live in the now. We don't even have time for tomorrow, because your today is your tomorrow. You're building your tomorrow with the moves and the actions and the decisions that you make with your today. That's what's building your tomorrow. When you show up tomorrow, you won't look any different than what you look right now if you haven't done anything different. You have to become more if you want more. You can have more because you can become more, but you got to be willing to become more. See, you don't have passion right now. You don't have a fire lit inside of you right now. And let me tell you why you don't have a fire lit. Because you're too busy focusing on who you used to be. You're too busy focusing on what you used to have. You're too busy focusing on what you've lost and who walked out of your life and what you used to have access to. You're focused on the wrong things. What matters is the gift that's in this moment called the present moment. What am I building with this moment? Give a damn about what happened in the previous moment. I don't care. You got to have a short-term memory when it comes to you. People walk out of your life, oh well. People stop believing in you, oh well. People don't want to show up for you, oh well. Transmute all of that negative energy and use that as the catalyst to become the greatest and most powerful version of you. Oh goddamn well. Should be your attitude and your mentality. They don't want to love you, oh well. They don't want to show up for you, oh well. They didn't invite you to the party, oh well. They don't believe in you, oh well. Go get a t-shirt today made that says, oh well, across the top. And then let that be your mentality. Oh well. What are you going to do now is the question. And then on the back of that t-shirt, that's what I want you to put. What am I going to do now? Because that's the only thing that matters. What am I going to do now? They stopped loving me. What am I going to do now? They stopped believing in me. What am I going to do now? They fired me. What am I going to do now? They didn't invite me to the party. What am I going to do now? That's the only thing that matters. Or are you going to allow the negative energy from that situation to cause you to spiral into unhappiness, to cause you to spiral into depression, to cause you to spiral into some version of yourself that you don't even recognize? Come on, Ellie, you gotta let them know we got time for that. We don't have time. So number one is your attachment to the past. Again, this is the 6 things that you need to release today. These are the six things that you need to let go of today because they're stopping you and blocking you from becoming the greatest version of yourself. So number 1 was your attachment to the past. Number 2, this one I love. Oh, I love this one. My whole spirit lights up when I talk about this one. Trying to please everyone. Number 2, trying to please everyone. Hey, hold on. Let me talk to you. The people that you are trying to please don't know any more than you do. They got problems like you. They made mistakes like you. They failed like you. They've been in all of these unhealthy relationships and different things like you. They are no better than you. Why are you trying to please them? You are wasting your time, placing them on some pedestal, putting them ahead of you and all of these things. And they don't even have life figured out yet. You don't have it figured out yet. Until you get to the top of your mountain, don't help another person. Because you're hurting people when you give them a version of yourself that's not the strongest version of you. That's not the most powerful version of you. That's not the most enlightened version of you. What are you handing the person in that moment? If you're cutting your own grass, how do you have time to walk across the street and help your neighbor cut his grass and you haven't cut your own? Focus on you. That's what God wants you to do. Focus on yourself. Everyone is running their own race in life. It's no different than if you were in the Olympics. If you were in the Olympics, right? And there's 6 lanes. This is the 100-yard dash. There's 6 lanes. Ain't no way in hell you're going to be running your race, getting ready to win your race, and then you're going to jump over here in lane number 2 and start helping the other runners so they can beat you. Why would you do that? You would never do that in the Olympics. Stop doing it in life. You need to focus on who you are becoming. That's mission priority number 1. Get to the top of your mountain and then build a rope and pull that rope down the other side of that mountain so everyone else can help themselves climb up. So that you can be the example in that moment for them. Be the example. You're not even the example for your own life. How are you trying to be the example for someone else? Now, if it's some babies, if it's the kids, I'll help them all day long. Help them all day long. Go to the park, skip with them, get on the swing with them, get on the merry-go-round, do all of that. Why? Because they'll remind you of who you used to be. See, that's the beautiful thing about the babies. The babies will remind you of who you used to be. They will remind you of the happiness that you used to experience. They will remind you how you used to be carefree before you got programmed and conditioned, and how you used to experience joy before you, oh yeah, help the babies all day long. Go buy them popsicles and ice creams and sodas and then just watch them. Just watch. Watch how carefree they are like you used to be. Watch how happy they are with nothing, how you used to be. Watch how they don't compare themselves to other people. They just want to be loved and accepted in that moment like you used to be. So watch them. Greatest lesson you're going to learn is just to watch those babies in that moment. Just go to the park one day. Get your headset, put on your favorite music. Just sit at the park and watch the babies play. Watch how alive their bodies are. Watch how they're not all rigid and tense and stressed out like you are. Just watch. You're going to learn a whole lot about yourself. Just watch. I'm telling you, help the babies. Just watch them, because they're going to teach you things and you can teach them things. But all of these adults that are walking around with all of this heavy programming and conditioning, they're carrying the weight of this programming and conditioning. They're walking around pretending to have it all together, pretending to have life figured out, pretending that they are not stressed out in that moment and they're not depressed in that moment. They're not living. All of that pretending is being projected onto you. And then you buy that. Ah, yeah, come on, you got to catch it. So you buy that. You buy the trailer to the movie. That's what you bought. Every person that you add to your life, you only bought the trailer. Because had you seen the movie, you never bought that movie. You bought the trailer. Oh, the trailer always looks exciting. The trailer is always their highlight reel. It never shows you the darkness. It never shows you the unhealed versions of them. It never shows you the programming and conditioning. It never shows you the pain that they're living out of, that they're getting ready to project all of that onto you. Oh, you don't see that part. Stop adding people to your life until you become the person that you want to be. Because if you start adding people to your life as the version of yourself that you are right now, every person that you add will be an energetic match to who you are in this moment. And if you don't love yourself unconditionally, they won't either. If you don't respect yourself at a 5-star level, they won't. If you don't show up for you, they won't show up for you. Every single person that you meet in life is an energetic match to the real you, not the you that you pretend to be when you walk outside, the you that you are when no one else is around. So while you think you're getting someone better, no, you're getting you, the energetic match to you, just in the form of someone else. That's why the relationships keep falling apart. You didn't know that? You didn't know that? That's why the relationships continue to fail. Because your relationship with yourself is failing. When your relationship with yourself is successful, every relationship that you have with someone else will be successful. Why? Because you're going to realize, I don't need anything from this person. I've been programmed and conditioned to think that I need something from this person, that I could get love from them. I could get happiness from them. I could get joy from them. I could get peace from them. No, peace comes from you. Peace doesn't come to you. It comes from you. And peace comes the moment that you understand, I don't own anything. I don't own my experiences. I don't own my thoughts. I don't own my behaviors. I don't own anything. I don't own anything. Everything has been given to me. What you own is what you had the day you showed up. The reason why I say your behaviors don't belong to you is because oftentimes what happens is that when you were in your developmental years, people started programming you and conditioning you. They started to project all of the unhealed versions of themselves onto you. They started to project the way they see the world. They started to project their fears. They started to project their limitations. They started to project their doubts and all of those things. And you became a microcosm, or you became a reflection of them. So all of the information that's floating around in your mind right now doesn't actually come from you. Just look at what I'm saying. Look at it with your spiritual mind. You'll see it. What comes from you? Again, when you showed up, your mind was a blank canvas. Yes or no? Yes or no? You showed up when you showed up to the world, your mind was a blank canvas. There was nothing in your mind. So if there was nothing in your mind when you showed up, where did all the information come from? It came from someone else. Yes or no? I said one more time, when you showed up, come on. I'm going to tell you what happened. When you showed up, you was the baddest thing walking. Baddest thing on the planet was you when you showed up. The day you were born, you was the baddest thing on the planet. Baddest thing on the planet. I qualified if you want me to. You was the baddest thing on the planet. The reason why you were the baddest thing on the planet the day you were born, because you were the closest thing to God in that moment. You were the closest thing to God in that moment. Let me tell you what you were. You were unconditional love. You were happiness. You were joy. You were bliss. You were all of that. The day you were born, uncontaminated. Not a single negative thought in your body, no depression, no unhappiness, no sadness, no prejudices, no assumptions, no any of that. And then all of these unhealed people that had someone else project all of their pain onto them gained access to you. And exactly what someone else did to them, they did to you. And every time they added some new behavior, every time they added some new version of themselves and projected that onto you, you got pushed further and further and further and further out to sea from the version of you that God created in the beginning. When he gave the world that gift called you, it was beautiful. There was no comparison going on. You didn't need validation. You weren't looking for people to believe in you. You weren't looking for people to love you. You weren't looking for anything. Now you're looking for everything. Number 3. External opinions. Boom. This is that one. This is that one. External opinions. Listen. You've never been rejected a day in your life. Wait, coach, what you mean I've never been rejected? People reject me all the time. No. You've never been rejected a day in your life. What people reject is what they think you are. We can't see you. When I look at you, it's humanly impossible to see you, because the version of you that God created, your I, the spiritual being in you, has never been touched, has never been hurt, has never been lied to, has never been manipulated, has never been any of that. What I see when I look at you is what I think you are. See, you got to understand that beauty comes from the arrangement of my mind, not yours. So if I look at you and I call you beautiful, or if I look at you and I call you ugly, it's all the byproduct of my programming and conditioning being projected onto you. That's why you don't allow people's opinions to carry weight. Right there. You don't allow people's opinions of you to carry weight, because it is only, and that's positive or negative. You have to always be neutral in life as you're walking through life. Oh, come on, watch this. Watch this. Oh, that rose out there in the garden, oh, that's a bad boy. And the reason why that rose is a bad boy, because the rose doesn't care about your opinion. Whether you say this is the most beautiful flower in the world or the ugliest, it's going to always be what it is. It will never change because of what you think. It will never change because of what you project onto it. Man, you got to walk through life like the rose. Rose don't give a damn about your opinion. And watch this. People's opinions belong to them. They don't belong to you. No one's opinion of you belongs to you. It's coming from them. It's the byproduct of their own programming and conditioning, and they're projecting that onto you. What's that have to do with you? But when you're living out of lower mind, catch this. When you're living out of lower mind means, in case you're new to the platform, lower mind means that you're living out of your ego. You're living out of this persona that you've created. You're living out of some man-made reputation. You're living out of your programming and conditioning. As you're walking through the world like that, that's not the strongest version of you. See, you've been programmed and conditioned to think that your ego and all of these things makes you strong. No, it makes you weak. And it makes you weak because the ego always wants to be seen in a positive light. That's the reason why when there's something wrong with you, something on your shirt, or you got a stain on your pants, or maybe you got a pimple that you weren't able to get rid of in time, and now you got to go to this party. When you walk into the party, let me tell you what's happening. The minute you walk into the party, because your ego is holding the steering wheel to who you are, the moment that you walk in that party and you see people whispering and they're looking at you, what you think they're looking at is the thing that's wrong with you. They're not even paying attention to the thing that's wrong with you. That's how sensitive your ego is. It always thinks that someone is talking about you when they're not. They may be looking at you in that moment and highlighting everything that makes you amazing. You'll never know that because you're too busy looking at yourself through what that thing is that you think is wrong about you. We never see the world as it is. We only see the world as we are. So everything you're looking at through the filter or through the glasses of your programming and conditioning. So you're not actually seeing what is. You're only seeing what your programming and your conditioning will allow you to see. You're only seeing what your ego would allow you to see. That's why self-awareness is so important. All right. Number 4, comparisons. And comparisons pretty much goes with number 3, so I won't dive too deep into that. Number 5, expectations. Woo! Expectations is the mother of suffering. Expectations are the mother of suffering. Psychological contracts. You projecting onto, okay, well, what's the problem with that, coach? What's the problem with placing expectations on the other people? Let me tell you what the problem with that is. Human beings are mistake-making machines. That's what we do almost better than anything. That's what we do. And so when you place an expectation onto someone else, what you're signaling in that moment is that I need you to be perfect. But wait, freeze. This person 9 times out of 10 can't even live up to the expectations that they've placed on themselves. They haven't even figured that out. As though they need to carry the weight of your expectation as well. And here's the thing. Your expectation is tied to your happiness. So anytime that you place an expectation onto someone else, you anchor your happiness to that expectation, meaning that when this person doesn't fulfill the expectation, when they don't live up to your expectation that you placed on them, you punish yourself in that moment. You become angry, you become frustrated, you become disappointed. Well, what's wrong with that, coach? You lower your vibrational frequency. You punish the creator in you. You stop being the most powerful version of yourself. No, place expectations on yourself, not other people. When you become self-aware, you're going to understand. That doesn't mean I'm talking about people that may be in your elite circle. Yeah, I can understand you placing expectations on people. But for everything else, man, listen, that's where fear comes from. Fear comes from you placing an expectation on something. There's something that you expect to happen in the future. That's the only way that people can hurt you in life. People can't hurt you any other way. The reason why people are able to hurt you in life right now in this moment is because you're expecting something from them. You're either expecting them to love you, you're expecting them to believe in you, you're expecting them to validate you, you're expecting them to support you, and when they don't, you punish yourself. You don't punish them, you punish you by releasing all of these negative feelings in your body based on the meaning that you give to them not living up to your expectation. And that part right there, Cookie, you're laying the foundation for your own heartache. You're laying the foundation for your own disappointment. No, you don't own anything. Again, you're expecting something in the future. That's what's producing the fear. Anytime you have some expectation to the outcome, one more time, all of your power is in the present moment. It's not in some future moment, and it's not in some previous moment. It's in this moment. You're worried about a future moment. That's what's producing the fear. Number 6, speaking of fear, fear of failure. Fear of failure. Those are the 6 things that you need to let go of today. Why am I saying fear of failure? Because fear is being produced by you. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. How am I afraid of something that I'm producing? Because you don't have a healthy relationship with fear. In your mind, fear is coming because there's something wrong. No, that's your programming and conditioning. That's your ego thinking. That's lower mind thinking. Fear only shows up when something is right. Fear doesn't come when something is wrong. Fear comes when something is right. Unhealthy fear. Okay? So you have healthy fear, and then you have unhealthy fear. If there's a lion that you're getting ready to have to deal with, of course you're going to be afraid. If you got to walk across the Grand Canyon on a tightrope, of course you got to be afraid. If you're going to cage dive with great white sharks and the cable breaks, of course you're going to be afraid. That's healthy fear. But all other forms of fear is unhealthy, because you have to understand that fear is only attached to something that represents value. And even if you were getting ready to go up against this lion or cage dive with some great white shark or whatever the case may be, you're placing value on your life in that moment, which is why you're afraid. Again, fear only comes when things represent value in your life, period. Baddest thing walking is you. You just don't realize that yet. That's why you need to spend more time with me. Because I'm going to remind you. Every single day. I'm always be tapping you on the shoulder every day to remind you how badass you are. Every day I say it. I didn't say occasionally. All right, we getting ready to take the space shuttle up. That was just the appetizer. We just get started. Ooh, we about to take that space shuttle. We about to take that. Come on, they don't realize how badass they are. They don't realize it yet. We're gonna teach them though. Are you gonna learn today? You are going to learn today. Baddest thing walking is you. When I'm finished, they won't be able to guard you. When I'm through with you. When I'm through with you, they won't be the guards. They're going to say, where did you come from? Who you been talking to? Who have you been getting coached up by? Yeah. All right. Seatbelts on, seatbelts on. Seatbelts on, please. Strap them tight. This is your captain speaking. Seatbelts on. Fasten seatbelt light is on right now, you guys. We're going to take off. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get serious. Let's turn up. Let's train up. Let's tray table. Get that part. Put the tray tables up. Seatbelts on. Cell phones off. Right? We're going to turn up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Watch this. I'm going to tell you something right now. Look at Darlene. I'm going to tell you, so watch this, Darlene. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you something right now that you have never heard before in your life. This is going to be the first time ever you heard this. First time ever. See, there's a first See, that's the beautiful thing about life. We always get firsts, right? First, first time you were able to drive a car, and the first time you went on that first date, and the first time you may have had children, and the first time every life we always get certain firsts. This is going to be a first for you. Your dislikes is what actually gets you likes. I need you to catch this. You got to catch this. Your dislikes is what actually gets you likes. Oh, come on. Here comes the paradigm shift. Meaning, the things that you don't like about yourself is the very thing that you need to mark. It's the very thing that you need to write down. It's the very thing that you need to circle. Find every single thing about yourself in this moment that you don't like. And watch how powerful I'm getting ready to show you are. Because the things that you don't like about yourself is the things that you're comparing to other people. Come on, I need you to, let me tell you what you're doing. Let me tell you what you're doing. You're looking at things about yourself that you don't like, and you're comparing what you don't like about yourself to something that someone else has that you actually like. You can't compare what you don't like to something that you love about someone else and expect to get a positive outcome. How do you do that? So you're saying, Coach, I don't like my nose, or Coach, I don't like my eyes, or Coach, I don't like my body type, or Coach, I don't like my fill in the blank. Okay, I get all of that. But damn, you're comparing that to something that someone has programmed and conditioned you to believe that's perfect on someone else. So you're looking at yourself and you're saying, I dislike this thing about me, but I like that thing on them. I like that thing on this other person. How do you expect to get a positive outcome if you're taking something that you dislike and you're comparing it to something that you actually like on someone else? That's what's producing all of this dissatisfaction. That's what's blocking happiness's presence in your life. That's what's blocking love's presence in your life. You're looking in the mirror at what you dislike, and you're comparing what you dislike about you to something that you like about someone else. How do you expect happiness to be where you are when you're looking at yourself? And we all do it. We all do it. So it's not just you. So no need to feel guilt or shame in this moment. I'm showing you the programming and conditioning that you have received from society. Are we getting ready to pull? Come on, we're going to pull the covers back. Truth is knocking at the door. We're going to let truth in or not? Truth is knocking at the door. Are we going to allow truth in the door or not? One more time. Because the thing that you dislike about yourself is the things that you compare to others. And that's what's causing you to dislike the things about yourself. You dislike the things about yourself because you're comparing, because you've been programmed and conditioned. See, somebody programmed you with respect to what beauty is. Someone programmed you to see what smart is, what intelligent is, what funny is, what all of those things. Those things don't come from you. Those things are coming from what society told you is acceptable or beautiful or this or that. And what you're signaling to God, I need you to catch all of this. I need you to catch all of the smoke right now. What you're signaling to God in that moment about whatever it is that you dislike about yourself is that he made a mistake on you, but got it right on them. That's what you're signaling to God. Oh, God, you messed up on me, but you got it right when it comes to her. Oh, you messed up on me, but you got it right when it comes to him. I don't want the one that you gave me. I want the one that you gave them, as though he messed up. No, he made you the way he made you for a reason, so that you would be unique, so that you would stand out. You trying to change yourself into something that you're not. So now you go from being unique to ordinary now. That gap in your teeth, that's what makes you unique. That nose that you have, that's what makes you unique. Your body type, your shape, or whatever the case may be, whether you're tall or short, that's what makes you unique. He made you the way that he made you because the day that he made you, you were perfect. You're saying, no, coach, I'm not perfect. No, he don't make mistakes when it comes to us. You're going off of someone else's definition of perfection, not his. You're going off of someone else's definition of perfection, not his. So you're saying something is wrong with my nose, something is wrong with my teeth, something is wrong with my hair, something is wrong with my body, something is wrong with my fill in the blank. No, the way that he made you is exactly how he wanted to make you. That has nothing to do with them. But somebody programmed you and conditioned you to believe that they represent what's right and you represent what's wrong. So you're waking up every single day and you're looking in the mirror and you don't like what you see being reflected back to you. Man, you got to fall in love with what you are. Not with what you pretend to be. Not with what society told you was perfect. You're the only unique thing on the planet. There's only one you. You can't be transforming yourself into somebody else so that you look like somebody else now. And stop looking like the beautiful, unique thing that you are. Fall in love with what you are right now in this moment. Or happiness will never be what you are. Unconditional love would never be what you are. Why? Because you're rejecting yourself. Whatever you're trying to change about yourself, you're actually rejecting. That's why you want to change it. Because if you accepted it, you wouldn't be trying to change it. And that mindset alone, see, I'm not worried about the behavior. I'm not worried about the behavior at all. What terrifies me is the thought that fathered the behavior, because that thought never goes away. See, you can go out and change your nose and change your hair, change your body and change your this, all of these cosmetic surgeries and all of that. You can go out and do all of that. But that thought is still in your mind. And at some point in time, you're going to grow accustomed to whatever it is that you changed about yourself, hedonic adaptation. You're going to grow accustomed to whatever it is you changed about yourself. And then now it's, oh, I want to change this now. And I need to alter that now. And that why? Because again, you're going off of someone else's definition of what beauty is. Let me qualify it right now. I'm going to qualify it right now. If you were the only person on this planet, you wouldn't change a single thing about yourself. Come on. Truth is knocking at the door. We're going to let truth in or not. I said, if you were on this planet by yourself, you wouldn't think anything was wrong with your nose. You wouldn't think anything was wrong with your body. You wouldn't think anything was wrong with your hair. You wouldn't think anything was wrong with anything. To qualify my point. So if you were on this planet by yourself and there was nothing to compare yourself to, then that means that you would be happy and satisfied with everything you have in this moment. The only thing that you would be worried about is, what am I going to eat tonight? That's exactly what you would be worried about. So that means that all of the comparisons, all of the dislike is not coming from you. It's coming from something outside of you. It's coming from the way that you've been programmed and conditioned to look at yourself. But you got to break that. You got to shatter all of that, or you'll never be happy. You'll never love yourself. You'll always be dissatisfied. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, just think about it. If you were the only human being on this planet right now in this moment, you wouldn't think anything was wrong with your nose. You wouldn't think anything was wrong with your teeth. You wouldn't think anything was wrong with your hair or your body or your weight or whatever it is. You wouldn't think anything was wrong with you. So where's it all coming from? It's coming from someone else. That's what I'm just trying to show you the program. I'm just showing you the program right now. So there's actually nothing wrong with you. What's wrong with you is thinking that something is wrong with you. That's what's wrong with you. Thinking that you're not complete in this moment is blocking happiness's presence. Thinking that you're not complete in this moment is blocking love's presence. Thinking that you need something else to complete you other than, man, you're already enough. Baddest thing walking is you. God gave us one original copy called YOU. You trying to transform yourself into a carbon copy of someone else. Period. And I'm not saying don't make changes to yourself. I'm saying do it from a place of love. Not doing it because you think something is wrong with you. You can enhance whatever it is you want to enhance about yourself. But again, I'm not worried about the behavior. I'm not worried about the action. I'm worried about the thought that fathered the action. Because if I'm doing it from a place of love, that's different. If I'm doing it because I think something is wrong with me, I'm in trouble. Because I'm running a program that I'm not enough. I'm running a program that something is better than me. How can something be better than you when there's nothing to compare you to? You can't compare you to another person. You can't compare you to anything on this planet. Man, we get one you. What you mean? You so enough is scary. Again, the dislike is coming from the comparison. You're comparing yourself to another person, which is causing you to dislike certain things about yourself. That's something I'm trying to wake you up to. And someone has programmed into your mind what beauty is, what smart is, what attractive is, and all of these other things. And as a result of that, you have convinced yourself that you don't fit their definition of what's acceptable, so you reject certain parts of yourself. In your mind, you're saying, I'm not pretty like her. I'm not handsome like him. I don't have a body like this. I don't have a body like that. So you reject you. You reject you because you let someone else set the standard for you of what smart is, what funny is, what beautiful is, what handsome is. You're going off of someone else's standard, not your own. Does that make sense? Again, I'm not telling you don't make changes to yourself if that's what you want to do. Do it from a place of pure love. Not because you saw something on TV, not because it was something in some magazine, not because you're going off of society's definition of success and I will look better when I get this. I will look better when I get that. I will look better when I become this. I'm trying to look better for other people. No, you got to look good for you. Look good for you. Because you got to live with you. And here's what I need you to understand. In this moment, you are someone else's definition of perfection. In this moment, there are people in this world right now that love you, and would drink your bathwater, would do anything to be with you exactly as you are right now. But let me tell you what we do. We'll change because see, watch this right here. Come on. You got to catch it. You got to catch this. See, you're desensitized. You're desensitized to your own beauty. You're desensitized to your own attractiveness. You're desensitized to the greatness that you bring to the moment. You're desensitized to it. Why? Because you have too much access to it. So when you look in the mirror, you're paying attention to everything that's wrong. But if I see you from the first time, I'm paying attention to everything that you are. I'm marveling at you when I look at you I've never seen anything like you. When I see you for the very first time, I'm looking at you and I'm finding everything that's right about you. When you look at yourself, you're looking at everything that's wrong. Why? Because you're always looking at you, which means that you are desensitized to what you bring to the moment. So you think when you change something about yourself, you're going to light some spark in you. You're going to reactivate some version of you that now marvels over you again, but you're going to get desensitized to that again. So when you change that nose or change your this or change your that, you're going to grow accustomed to that again. And now it's, I want to change something else and I want to change. You're always kicking the can down the street on who you are. No, be happy with who you are right now. Because if you don't love where you are, right, who you are right now, you'll never love who you are later on. If happiness isn't where you are now, it won't be there when you get to that destination that you're chasing and pursuing. Happiness isn't waiting for you there. Happiness is waiting for you right now. We gonna live in the truth or we gonna not live in it? I just want to know what's first. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Now watch this. Boom. Watch this. Now let's flip it on its axis. Now let's flip it on its axis. Your dislikes will actually get you liked, and your likes will actually get you disliked. I need you to catch that. I said your dislikes will actually get you liked, and what you like about yourself will cause you to be disliked. Let me qualify that. Think about what I'm saying. What you dislike about yourself, when you fall, because there's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it is you're comparing it to something that someone else has. That's what's wrong with it. Okay, let's start with the truth. That's what's wrong with it. Okay, so there's actually nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it is the meaning that you're attaching to it. That's what's wrong with it, but that's a different conversation for a different day. So your dislikes will get you likes. How am I just? Because when you fall in love, okay, look at Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has the mustache, right? Now most men would walk around and say, okay, well, I don't want a mustache like that. I don't want a mustache that size, but it became his signature, right? So he fell in love with that thing, and now that thing becomes his signature. Look at Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan's on Good Morning America. Everyone was telling him, oh man, get your teeth fixed, man. Fill in the gap, fill in that gap that you have. And all. It became his signature. It became what made him unique. He fell in love with the things that most people would dislike. Now his dislike not only makes him unique, it gets him likes. But the things that you like about yourself actually make people hate on you. Why? Because they're comparing something that they don't like about themselves to the thing that you do like about yourself, the same way that you're doing it with other people. I need you to catch that. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much for the gift. Does that make sense? Vanna, you caught that? Did you guys catch that? Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Mama. Moni, I know you caught it. Moni, I'm telling y'all, she the batter and the pitcher. She gonna hit and catch. So one more time. So again, what you dislike about yourself is actually what makes you unique and beautiful. What you like about yourself will actually get you hated on. Why? Because that's going to be the thing that you promote to society. You're always promoting to society the thing that you like about yourself. And then you're always suppressing and rejecting the thing that you dislike. No, go home tonight if you're not already there and write down everything that you dislike about yourself. All of it. Be honest with you. Write down what you dislike about yourself, because what you dislike about yourself is the thing that's going to make everyone else fall in love with you, because that's what makes you unique. Then you become whole in that moment. All of the things that makes you, that's what makes you do. What you dislike is the thing that you should be celebrating. What you like is the thing that you shouldn't be giving energy and attention to, because you already like that thing. No, focus on the thing that you don't like about yourself, and then place that thing on a pedestal. And when you do that, in that moment, you become complete. And what you like about yourself is the very thing that'll make people not like you. Oh, she thinks she's this. Oh, he thinks he's that. Oh, she thinks she got it going on. Oh, he think he that all of what you like is what's keeping people from what's blocking people. But when you start falling in love with the parts of yourself that you dislike, your little quirks and features and all of these different things that you got going on, when you fall in love with that and you focus on that, don't focus on what you like, focus on what you dislike. Pour your love and energy into the parts of yourself that you dislike and watch how your life transforms. And then get on your knees when you finish doing that and thank God for making you exactly how he made you, because he only made one original copy. Man, you got to take care of the original copy. You trying to change the original copy. No, it was perfect when he gave it to you. It was perfect. It was perfect when he gave it to you. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it now. What's wrong with it is the meaning that you're attaching. Okay? That's what's wrong. It's the only thing that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything's right about you. There's nothing wrong about you. We entertain certain thoughts that keep us disconnected from our divinity. We entertain certain thoughts that keep us disconnected from unconditional love. We entertain certain thoughts that make us feel insecure. You're the most secure thing walking. But you can't entertain thoughts that make you feel insecure. Not that you are insecure. You're entertaining thoughts that make you feel that way. Hang on, you guys. Does that make sense? All right. Let me say this. The only way that you know what beauty or ugly is because of something that society has programmed you to see. Think about what I'm saying. The only way in this moment that you know what beauty or ugly is because of something that society has programmed you to see. And if you just sit for a couple of seconds, you'll see what I'm saying. That's the only way you know. So, which means that your definition of beauty or your definition of ugly isn't coming from you. It's coming from something that people have programmed you to see things a certain way. But the problem with that is that you're also seeing yourself through that same filter. Man, you got to take them glasses off quick, because it's going to ruin your whole. It's going to ruin it's going to ruin your capacity to experience joy and happiness and love and all of those things. It's going to ruin that because you're always wearing someone else's glasses. You can't see who you are through the filters of someone else. Baddest thing walking is you. Baddest thing walking. Baddest thing walking is you. Let me say this. Let me ask you a question. Let me see where you guys are. Hey, JJ, my brother, thank you so much for that. Let's turn the awareness up. Let's turn the awareness up. Let's turn the awareness up. Let's have a truth moment here. Type me in the comments. So Presley, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you, my brother. Type me in the comments if you have ever been concerned, and it's okay. It's a judgment-free zone. Type me in the comments if you have ever been concerned with what someone else thought about you or someone else's opinion. It's okay. We're just having a truth moment here. Nobody's wrong. Everything is fine. Everything is good, right? Okay, Gabby, I see you. Okay, I appreciate the honesty. Appreciate the honesty. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. A lot of me's. A lot of me's. What if I were to tell you that you're all wrong? What if I were to tell you, see, I'm getting ready to reveal something to you. What if I were to tell you that you are all wrong, not just kind of wrong, dead wrong? What if, not what if, this is almost disrespectful to what I'm getting ready to say, not what if, not what if. Let me say it this way. She said, I'm never wrong, I'm a woman. That's cute. That's super cute. Come on, TikTok. I need you driving the car now. Since you jumped out there, I need you in the space shuttle. Come on, Vanity, watch this. You have never in your life, I'm talking about the history of your entire life, you have never been worried or concerned with what someone else thinks about you, ever in the history of your life. That's a program you're running and you don't even realize it. Let me tell you what you're worried about. What you're worried about is what you think about you, and you're worried about what you think about you to such a degree that you're projecting what you think about you onto other people. You're worried that they will discover what it is that you think about yourself. So when you're looking in the mirror and you're getting dressed and you're looking at, one more time, you're desensitized to who, come on, let's come. Truth is knocking at the door. What you're worried about is what you think about you, and you're worried whether they will discover what it is that you think about yourself. So let's say it one more time, there's something wrong. You got a birthmark on your face, and maybe you got a gap between your teeth, or maybe there's something going on. Maybe you picked up a little bit of weight, or whatever the case may be. You see the problem. They don't see the problem because they don't have your programming and conditioning. So they don't know what you're struggling with. They don't know what your fears and insecurities are. So you go walking in the party. And when you go walking in the party, whatever that thing is that's wrong with you in that moment, you're looking and you're scanning the room and you're projecting that onto everyone else. So when that person is whispering and pointing in your direction, you think they're talking about you. You think they've identified that thing that's wrong with you. But when they're looking at you, they don't see what's wrong with you. That's what I need you to understand. That's all a program that you're running in your mind. You're projecting what you think about you onto other people, and you think they see what you see when they look at you, and they don't. But you're operating from a certain vibrational frequency, which is you're emitting a signal of insecurity. It's not that you're insecure in that moment, but you are entertaining a thought that makes you feel insecure. That's producing the feeling of insecurity in you. You don't have the power. You don't even have the power to be insecure because you are the divine. What you can do is entertain a thought that produces the feeling of insecurity. But that's a different conversation for a different day. So what's happening is this. You look in the mirror. There's something wrong with you. Only you see it. Right? You look in the mirror, you see that thing. You get dressed and you try to cover it up to the best of your ability. And then you go to this event, you go to work, you go to wherever it is you go to. And what you're doing is because, see, boom, here we go. You got to understand your reticular activating system. Your reticular activating system is the part of your brain that is responsible. It's the filter that you see the world through. So what will happen is that if you got a pimple on your face, or you chipped your tooth, or something happened, right? Something that you're embarrassed about, that you're trying to cover up. You've programmed your reticular activating system in that moment. And so as you're walking through the world, you assume that everyone that's looking at you is seeing what you see when they look at you. So you're projecting that onto them, but they don't see it. Only you do. To go back to my original point, you have never been worried about what someone else thinks about you. What you're really worried about is what you think about you, and will that person discover that thing that you think is this terrible thing about you in that moment? It's all about the discovery. It's all about you. It's a program that you're running in your own mind during that time. I need you to understand this. I need you to understand that. And watch this. I'm going to give it to you a different way. I'm going to give it to you in a different way. You can have a Rolls Royce right now. And maybe you parked too close to a pole one day and you scratched the Rolls Royce. And you're getting ready to go show your new Rolls Royce to a friend. They've never seen this car before. You pull up with the car. Now, in your mind, you know about that scratch on the door. The person doesn't know about the scratch on the door. They have no idea. So when they come walking up to the Rolls Royce, all they see is the beauty of the car. They're not looking at the scratch. You're looking at the car, but only thing that you can focus on in that moment is the scratch. And the scratch on that car is coloring the entire experience of the car for you. Every time you look at the car, all you see is the scratch. Everyone else sees the car. You see the scratch. And yeah, your friend might walk around and notice the scratch, but the beauty of the car in that moment is so powerful that it overrides that tiny little scratch on the door that only you are worrying about. That's how we walk through life. You've got a scratch on you. Man, you're a Rolls Royce. When people see you, that's what they see. They see the Rolls Royce. They don't see the scratch. They don't see the birthmark. They don't see the gap in your teeth. They don't see that thing that you obsessing about that you got going on in them. They don't see that because it's their first time seeing you. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Does that make sense? And see, what's beautiful about that? I'm going to tell you what's beautiful about that. I give all the credit to God on this one right here. What's beautiful about that is the you, the me, and the I. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. You got to understand the you, the me, and the I. See, when you look in the mirror, you see your me. You see a version of yourself that I'm cut off to. I can't see what you see when you look at yourself. No matter how many books I read, no matter how much awareness I gain access to, no matter how many different levels of consciousness I may enter, I will never, ever, ever in the history of my life be able to see what you see when you look at yourself in the mirror. It's a beautiful thing. Now watch this. So that's the me part of it. Again, it's the you, the me, and the I. When I look at you, I see you. I see a version of you that you can't see. You don't see what I see when I look at you. You're totally blind to that. The same way that I can't see what you see when you look at yourself in the mirror. Meaning, all of these people that are walking around in the world, all 8 billion people see a version of you that you are completely blind to. I don't care how many books you read. I don't care who you follow on social media. You will never see yourself the way that the rest of the world sees you. That's what's beautiful about it. So when whatever's wrong, whatever you think is wrong with you, it's only being seen by you. I'm blind to that. Now you can bring it to my attention, but I don't see that when I look at you, right? Now here's the I. One more time. The you, the me, and the I. Here's the I. The I is the witness to all of it. The I is the divine in you. It's not connected to your me. It's not connected to the you. It's not connected to your ego or to your persona. It witnesses everything. It's not attached to the wounds that you carry in your mind from all of these previous experiences that you've had from someone that may have hurt you, someone that may have walked out of your life, all of the failed relationships. It's not connected to any of that. It witnesses everything. It's the wizard behind the curtain. Okay, I need you to understand that it's never been hurt, it's never been lied to, it's never been manipulated, it's never been taken advantage of, it's never been abused or disrespected in any way, shape, or form. It's perfect. Okay, but it's all about the identity that you claim from this moment moving forward. You are either going to live your life out of your me. You're going to live your life out of the you, meaning this persona and all of these other things that you sell to the world, or you're going to become so self-aware, so powerful, so strong that you will only identify with the I, which means it doesn't matter what's happening to your me. It doesn't matter what's happening to the you. It doesn't matter. Those things are the things, that's just other people's perception of what they think you are. That's what's important about that. The you, the me, and the I. The goal of life, the purpose of life is to live out of the I and to stop identifying with the me, stop identifying with the scratch on the Rolls Royce, and just start being the Rolls Royce. Because that's what the version of you that God created. All right. Boom. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and in self-mastery, helping people to become exactly what this whole live stream is about, right? Which is the greatest, strongest, and most powerful version of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness. How powerful are you ready to be? The book is a bestseller and it is available on Amazon as we speak. It is an amazing book. If you are truly ready to transform and take your life to the next level, I would encourage you to pick up a copy of this book.